Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Brent Bridgeman, and you are watching the JFL Boat Build Series right here. All right, so what we are doing is we're going to finish the fiberglass work on the WaveRunner, and then I will be using a lot of time lapse for a lot of the video because a lot of that gets really boring, and I'm trying to stick to 15 to 20 minute videos for you guys. Stuffing a lot of information in quickly so it keeps it exciting and fascinating, and when I think there's something important that you need to know in a process, we'll stop and I'll talk to you and let you know what we're doing next, and then that way you go through. But anyway, stay tuned, and some really good stuff coming up in this episode. Let's do it. I skipped a lot of this because it was really boring, but we've already got our nose piece in that we made on the table. And what I've done is I've stirred up some chop strand with some resin and some hardener, and I'm just mixing it up to do some shaping, like right up in here, up above here. This is all needs to be shaped up in here. So I run that, and what I've done is I've masked off. I use this tray because it comes in handy. What I've done is I've masked off our mounting point, and what we're trying to do is just build up this nose piece where it was a big hole, and we've already grafted our piece into here. So anyway, what we're doing here is this stuff works as an awesome filler. I also got to come down here, there's a big hole here. And you just, with a popsicle stick, you can work the bubbles out of it easy. Just push it, and then down here we're going to shape the bottom. But this was a big hole in the front, and you'll see that in the video. We're just building this up right here. Sometimes it's a little too heavy, so I have to break that in half. When it's too heavy like that, you break it in half. It's kind of hard to break in half, but once you get it broken in half, you're also working against time here, so I'm trying not to take too much time to break it in half. I do have my gloves on, but I'm trying not to get too sticky. All right, there we go. What I'm trying to do is get this bottom ridge right here, because I want to be able to shape that. But I'm also trying to do this top piece so we have enough material up here to shape as well. So this triangle piece is the piece we made where the handle goes right here, from here to here. So that's grafted in. What we did is we just built up, oh, I need some more right there. We just built this lip up. You can see where the old piece was cut out. But remember, when we built this piece, I built it about this wide on both sides. So it's actually inside the ski against the hull. And when I put that in there, I pushed it back, and then we made cavasil with resin with fiber, and we took the corner of a Ziploc baggie, we put the paste in there, and we squirted all down inside there and lined up that whole edge about big around as like a small gumball, so it had a bead all the way around the inside of the hull of the ski. Then once it was all laid in there, I left the handle on here, and I pulled the handle, and I mixed that batch really hot. When I pulled the handle, I had to hold it for like 3 minutes, and then it started setting up. As soon as it set up, it cured completely hard to where the front of this is now solid. Like if this ever gets an impact in the front, it will never be broken right here. So anyway, we made a new shape that's stronger. So this is going to bulge out a tiny bit, but you're not going to really notice it that much because I'm actually going to bring this up to here and bring this up to here, so it's not so prominent. It'll be more like down here where we got a small curve. This will have a small curve. But anyway, I'm hoping this will cure fast enough to where I can grind this off today, and then I'm gonna roll on, I made a special formula out of the gray off the Bumblebee. So we're gonna roll on the gel coat. It's a thick gel coat, and we're gonna roll like 2 or 3 layers on there that we can sand tonight. When we sand it tonight, I'm gonna make it sand it so we can get this thing ready for gel coat. First thing in the morning, I'm gonna get up early and I'm gonna gel coat the bottom of this jet ski. I gotta cover that boat, and I gotta cover that boat and cover this bench. But I'm gonna lift it a little higher. As you can see, I have 2 chains, and then I have a hoist off the beam holding the ski in the air, so I have access to it. This is plenty because I can get down there. This whole rib right here, I've got to build up, so I've got to mix some more fiber. Okay, I can deal with that because we're going to come in here with another layer when this pops off. Okay, this right here is just the rough end fiberglass. We're gonna come back with some Cavasil mixed with gel coat, the red color of the ski, and it'll fill in all these pinholes and things like that. You could mix just a resin, but since we're so close, I'm gonna start using Cavasil and the red gel coat, because when I do the final gel coat, I don't want to rub through to gray, and that's the only other color I have. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make sure that this handle fits properly. So what I did was I just cleared all the glass from, I had these masked off. Hang on one second. Got a spot there. So first I dug around it with this. Remember, this is that clay tool that I sharpened. So what we're doing is make sure it's clear around this nut, right? And then when we go to do the putty again, we'll mask these off again. So basically I'm just clearing the way here, and then this handle will go on here, big side down. Let me get an Allen head for this as well. A lot of construction going on with the new building. That's going to be exciting. All right. So now when I adhered this handle to the ski, I left it there during the whole process while it cured for 2 days straight, because I didn't want it to Okay, so that's solid. We still got to polish this, but we're going to wait till the end to polish it. But anyway, that's tight, and I just wanted to make sure how it's fitting. So see how it's away right there? I'll make sure that I address that with the Cavasil and gel coat. I still got to DA the bottom of this real quick before I go doing the rest of it. But we've got our shape, all of our holes are gone. There, we had a huge hole here, a giant hole here that went down into here. This whole front piece was just a big hole. So we've got our shapes pretty smooth. For a first glass, this is crazy smooth. So just a testament to years of experience. I gotta get this out of the gun real quick, but I thought that was recording. But anyway, the black's gone. Tomorrow we'll do the red, unmask it if it needs touched up with buffing anywhere, but it's pretty shiny, and it'll get even shinier as it cures. I gotta get this out of the gun. Guys up to speed. Here we go. We put down a red base last night, and on something like this that had major front damage, there's a few spots that to me were a little wavy. So as you can see, I'm using a 5-inch block. All right, you can pick up, it's the yellow block. So I'm using this yellow block to make sure that we have no waves whatsoever. We don't want any waviness. And there wasn't a bunch, it was just a little bit from the major. Remember, we replaced the whole front of this ski. It had a hole right here, had a big hole right here, had a big hole here, had a big rip right down here. So we replaced all that stuff. So what we're doing here is, this is what I call just a final sand now. So I just washed the bottom of this off. There's our handle installed. Just polished the entire ski. You can see the finished product. We're gonna put it on the trailer. Customer will be here in about an hour to pick it up, but it looks pretty good. Pretty cool. So hopefully this customer will come back after riding season and get the top done. The top is really bad. I didn't notice it until, I wasn't supposed to do the top, but anyway, I would like to do the top. So hopefully the customer will bring it back, but that's the finished product. Another satisfied customer. There she goes.